Nascido em 3 de junho de 1966, Rick J. Rufus era um dos maiores lutadores de kickboxing da história, com uma técnica impressionante. Mas sua vida iria mudar quando ele enfrentou um dos tailandeses mais perigosos do muay thai daquela época, Cheng Poek, nascido em 13 de outubro de 1966. Ele era um dos tailandeses de chutes poderosos, chegando a fraturar os ossos dos seus oponentes. Essa luta ficou conhecida como a luta lendária que revolucionou o mundo das artes marciais.
They're not supposed to be allowed to fighting rules, so it will be something for Rufus to adjust to, and frankly, it'll be something for Kit Songrit to adjust to because he's not allowed to do something that he does by reflex in the ring. It should be interesting. Rick Rufus, again, probably hits harder than anybody's Kit Songrit. These will be 3-minute rounds with a 1-minute break, Jeff.
That's my understanding, yes.
Round number 1, and Rufus goes right to the legs. Rick Rufus in the long pants, Kit Songrit in the short pants. Rufus with a big bang into the ribs there. Took one coming back from it, but he landed one in the ribs there that I guarantee you his family back in Thailand felt. A right and a left by Rufus. Rufus moving around very well. Spinning back kick into the belly. That hurt the Thai. Kit Songrit is a little confused because Rufus is all over him right now and hitting him very hard. He is not getting off the kicks, is not Kit Songrit.
Rick Rufus starting off like a whirlwind in here, not giving the Thai a chance to really get set. Throwing lots of straight shots, lots of good punching techniques, and moving in and out and moving away from those kicks.
He's doing beautifully here, and Kit Songrit, quite frankly, John, looks to me a little bit confused. Now that one landed high on the calf of Rick Rufus. John.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Dan.
Does Kit Songrit look confused to you in there?
He looks to me like he has been stung a couple times. He's felt a lot of the power of Rick Rufus.
Halfway through this first round, these are 3-minute rounds with a 1-minute break. And as you can hear, the crowd is very, very into this. It's sort of evenly divided. The Thai contingent rooting for the Thai fighter, everybody else rooting for Rick Rufus, and the crowd very much into this. Rufus, again, being cautious, keeping track of the distance. The Thai fighter beginning to be a... His name is Kit Songrit. He took a left hand there, and he's down. Rick Rufus landed a left on the jaw, and the Thai fighter, Kit Songrit, just crumbled and is bleeding from the mouth, I believe, John. I can't see for sure, but that was a great shot by Rufus. And Kit Songrit is hurt. Rufus wants to get on, hits him again and knocks him down. Kit Songrit is down again, and you can see his eyes are a little glassy, John. We've got just about 30 seconds left in this first round. Kit Songrit has got to survive 30 seconds here and is trying to hold on to do it. Rufus does not want to let him have it. Rufus is getting inside of those kicks, and he is landing the big punches, and Kit Songrit has never come across this kind of power, I don't think.
Rufus doing a great job of keeping the pressure on, but Kit Songrit showing tremendous heart to stay in there after being knocked down twice. He's fighting back on courage and on heart and on instinct.
He is one tough fella, there's no two ways about that, and he is still rubbery-legged. But we are up to the end of round number 1. At the end of that round, and you'd have to say that's about as good as you're going to do against a guy you've never seen fight like this before, Rick Rufus, fighter who's hurt. And you can see now that Kit Songrit certainly is ready to come out for this round. The Thai fighter in the short pants. Rufus takes one in the back of the knee there. And he is, as you pointed out, John, the key here is Rufus's footwork. Rufus is dancing away from a lot of this stuff.
But he's making the Thai miss just like he did then. He's throwing lots of left-hand lunges. He's moving in, attacking the body and moving away. There's an attack to the knee.
And that one looked like it hurt Rufus's knee. There's a left hand over the top and another left, and Rufus is inside. Rufus lands a right. The Thai fighter again is stunned a little bit. I don't know that he's badly hurt, but he is aware that he's being hit. Once again, Kit Songrit lands a good kick on the back of Rufus's knee. That is dangerous stuff. You can see the Thai folks all around the ring here exhorting their fighter, and Rick Rufus is willing to stand and trade as long as he can do it. Rufus hit there in the leg. Rufus would like this to be a close quarters fight, John.
Well, he's trying to work inside. He's trying to step inside and land the left hand. The Thai is doing a good job of keeping his hands up and taking away the target. Rick Rufus having to move away from those powerful kicks to the legs.
Now again, Rick Rufus tying him up there as we're halfway. Lands a right, a round kick, and a right and a left from Rufus. Rufus needs to end this one fast, and he lands the left. And Rufus is throwing everything from Iowa. Rufus is throwing the big leather here, trying to get out of this one because damage to his knees. Kit Songret has heart, no doubt about it. Kit Songret, the Thai fighter, stalking Rufus, handling the distance well.
Now, it'll be interesting to know how the judges are going to score this because in a Thai fight
from this.
We're going to take a look at this. There's the back kick that misses. Rick Rufus is tripped up and goes down. He's obviously down. And here comes that stomp. And there's a pretty strong stomp right on just.
There is a language problem going on here.
There's
30 seconds left here in round 2, John.
Rick Rufus trying to finish this thing with a knockout. He really doesn't like this. He doesn't like the idea of getting those legs kicked. He's trying to land again the left hand.
Good spin. Landed and shook Kit Songret up.
He won that last round, kicked Songret by 10-8 or 10-9, but he lost 2 points because of all
to these rules in the long red pants. Kit Songret is not used to being hit. That's a legitimate knock. Kit Songret, a tough young man. Rufus has hurt him a lot, and you have to wonder if Rick Rufus isn't wondering why in the world he took this fight.
Those side kicks and front kicks can do something.
And scoring very well. Shook Kit Songret up badly. It's not working.
Good left hand then by Rufus. Kit Songret go down at the very end of those punches. He's not really
in the kick. Rufus drops one hand down to block the kick. Throws with the other. Throws it through round 3. Kit's first time. Good left and a. As he is fighting from the right side. Comes up with a good uppercut into the ribs that shook Kit Songret. Crowd very vocal in the background. John and I can hardly hear each other. There's 1 minute left in round number 3. That shot to the legs hurt Rufus.
Rufus again landing those punches, but they're too far extended to really have a lot of sting on.
It's also not easy down.
His legs are obviously bothering him. He's really having a problem.
Now there's a throw by Kit Songret. Rufus with a good kick into the ribs. And again, Rick's a bit too brave here. He doesn't really have much to lose in this thing. He ought to just forget it right now. If his legs, listen, we're talking about a potential world champion here. And you just walk, let alone kickboxing. Rick Rufus. Rick Rufus now trying to keep away from the legs of Kit Songret, and probably his safest haven is as close to Kit Songret as he can get. Rufus has the power, and Kit Songret has never been hit the way Rufus can hit him. And Rufus is hurt now. He tried to spin fist there, and he got kicked. I Rufus in the corner. Can we hear this?
Well, he's staying in there. They ought to stop him. The corner ought to stop this.
They really should. This is a case of Rick wanting to be too honorable here. This is an exhibition fight.
He was really taking a chance on suffering some permanent injury.
If he's going to stay, John, he just ought to get right up on the guy and let him have it. Otherwise, he's... Clearly, and the referee, Tom Schlesinger, has stopped this fight, and probably that's a very smart thing to do. Rufus really is not being hurt by punches. What he is being is hurt in the legs, and this is something that you just... It's silly to take any more risk. Rufus, as you can see, they're very strong now.
Just obviously extremely aggressively coming in with those leg kicks.
Well, he knows Wallace is in there. You can see his hands there checking the stability of that joint, trying to check for ligament. Bit of a gauze tape on his leg. John Worley is up in the corner with up in the ring with Rick's brother. Jeff Rufus and John.
Bumps over there. The Thais are real tough fighters. We see now Rick Rufus being moved away. He's got that knee immobilized, and they're taking him out of here on a stretcher. He's obviously